Hi, and welcome to another episode of Making Things. Today I'll be showing you how to splice in a 4-wire to 5-wire harness to put a trailer lighting system that's connected into your tail lights.
Right.
So we're going to need one of these 5-wire to 4-wire adapters. So it's to convert tail light into a trailer light system. It's really simple. All it is it takes the right turn, stop, left turn, tail, and ground, and on the other end you get right, stop, and turn, left, stop, and turn, and the tail and the ground. So essentially it puts the stop on the same wire as the flashing. So the flashing is just the stop flashing instead of a dedicated wire. Doesn't change much. I'm sure they have their reason for doing it in cars the way they do, or probably not, who knows. So right now what you're seeing is this is from the inside of my trunk. You're going to need to open up the panel onto to the back of one of your lights. So, you know, my light's right on the other side here. Just going to take a little screwdriver and pop these clips out. They are reusable. If you break them or lose them, doesn't matter. You don't need all of them, and they're dirt cheap, so you know it's easy to. The biggest hassle is just actually getting more. All right, find a spot. You can shove your thumb in, peel it back, and there you go. We've got our wiring for the light. So you'd hope the color coding would be the same, but it is not. Have to figure out what the lighting is. So I'm absolutely convinced I can find a diagram online, no problem. Which is what I'm going to do now. Alright, so it seems that on the Yaris, on the left hand, purple is the brake, green is the running tail light, aqua, I guess is the light blue. It's a left turn, and then for the ground, there's actually ground wired in right down here, so not going to make our lives complicated cutting and splicing a wire if we can just go straight to the ground there. It's going to be really easy. And you'll notice also, well, I don't know if you can, but I have all the wires are relatively short, about a foot, except for the right turn one. So clearly we're going to install this on the left side, send the long right wire to the other side. Alright, so what I'm going to do before I go snipping wires and soldering everything in place, I am actually going to test to make sure that I have the correct wires. So this will be DC. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ground on the easy ground. I can just, shove that in the hole somewhere and it'll have a good enough contact to make sure it's just wedged somewhere. And there you go, adjustable dollar store key. I like it because it's so tiny. Yeah, it's completely stripped away. There's no more teeth. I'm going to get my workout running in and out today. You may ask why I'm doing this. I just want to properly jam the ground in so that I'm not trying to fiddle with 8 different things at once, or in this case, I guess it would be 3, but still, point's the same. There you go. So, what did I say they were again? Oh, yeah. And all that was out of shot. So, hope my forearms are nice. But purple is the break, or at least it's supposed to be. So I'm going to start with that easy one. Shove this where the purple is. There you go. And time to go test it. I'm going to have to try and look at the voltmeter through my rear view mirror or something. Alright, that worked wonderfully. Confirmed purple is, in fact, the brake. Green is the running tail light. So that should just be on when I turn it on. Let's try that. Unable to confirm that one, so I'm going to go with a 2 out of 3 type thing. If this light blue green, I guess it is aqua, I don't know. If the aqua one's right, I'll assume the instructions, well, the diagram I found was correct. So this is how I've been figuring it out, as I was just looking at it in the back. Now the reason we're not seeing the right voltage here is because it's turning on and off actually quite quickly because it's not properly grounded. But it's definitely sending, you know, the voltage through from 0 to 3 volts. It depends if it's, because it can't read instantly. Higher quality ones would be faster, but the point is just that as it was flipping back and forth, it's just because it doesn't have time to read it properly. So it depends if how in or out of sync you were, but it was. But it's clearly indicating that the aqua is our winner. It is the left tail light. Anyways, that's enough of the boring part. Now for the fun part. Let's actually do this. Oh, that was long. I didn't bring my stripper. It's fine, we'll use good old faithful. Let's see, how much do we need? Once you've cut the plastic, just give it a spin as you take it out. That way it doesn't fray all over. Be easier to handle, especially when you're putting the heat shrink tubing over it. And also when you're twisting, if you didn't cut all the way through, twisting and pulling, you're just going to be able to put a bit more wear on it. So, you know, if you don't have to be as careful on how well you're cutting, because I'm not using my wire stripper right now, less likely to cut too deep. So you can, you know, be a little bit more careful of the wire and just a little bit more aggressive on the sheathing you're removing. Anyways, doesn't matter if you are removing, you know, I've been removing 1 or 2 little strands on each one. That won't make a difference. So the stop is the red one. It's easy, so we'll only cut one at a time just to make sure we don't accidentally forget what we're doing and put the wrong wires in the wrong place. Gonna give myself some wiggle room here, so I'm gonna go a little bit further than I need. This wire is small enough that you can just strip it by running the blade along, so less likely to damage the strands. I'm actually going to take 2, well, 1, but I'm going to make 2 pieces with it. If you strip more, you might need 2 little tubes, whatever, it doesn't matter. I just want to, because I'm going to be making a Y split, I'm not going to be able to cover it perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 small ones and 1 much larger one, just to try and make sure that, you know, we don't end up with a short. It's all secured at the end. Alright, I'm going to do this the non-pretty way. I was trying to twist them face to face, but I'm going to twist them like this and then bend it back. And it works just as well. It's a bit more of a problem when you're doing something that's tighter, but I put an extra big heat shrink for that reason actually. So there you go. Got to be careful not to point the hot exhaust towards anything important or melty. There you go. Shrink it so I can't short it, hurt myself. Well, I mean, I doubt I'd hurt myself. It's only 12 volts. Usually 12 volts has a hard time going through the skin, so it's unlikely to lead to an actual electrocution, but I still don't want to short it. Alright, we'll do a left turn. There you go, now the catalyst is going. Try not to melt everything. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's just wicking right in there. Done. That's the difference between having the right powered soldering device for the right size wire. And these little ones that come factory default in the car, the electron one would have been perfect for that. Actually, that's exactly the kind of size of wire it's made for, and it works great. And it's pretty safe to use. I mean, it cools down so fast just because it's so small. But wires that came on that device are a bit bigger, and once you clump all three together in a knot like that, instead of doing it properly like I was trying to do it first, you end up with a bit of trouble. So heat rises, so don't put your hand above it. Now we're going to work on this thing. This thing being the ground. see if I can. Does not fit. That's okay. I can just run it in the threads and either I got lucky with a ground screw or they really know what they're doing and they went with the absolute smallest possible that they could get away with. And who can blame them? It works. So why spend, you know, a thousandth of a penny extra than you have to on an eyelet that would just slip on there. Notice you got these guys again. So where's my little screwdriver? Probably under here. There it is. I think that'll be the easiest way. I'm actually going to run the wire around. Lift the bottom is what I'm doing here. See if I can get it better. So what I'm doing is blocking everything. Lift the bottom and it's kind of hard to show because I've only got two hands, being human and whatnot. But I'm just gonna run it directly under, across the other side, and just pull it up instead of actually removing everything. Less chances I'll have trouble with things not snapping back in place or anything. There you go. Everything else, so there you go. Oh, being the genius I am, I assumed the colors would be the same, but they are not at all. And I didn't bother remembering which one was the right one. I could watch my own video and figure it out, but now it'll be time for the moment of truth. Let me know if it works. So I'm going to try the right, left, right. Awesome!
Awesome.
Box.
It works perfect.
Hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please like, subscribe, leave comments. For more details, check out my Instructables where you can see more specifications, parts, and so on.